Welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 knockout stage prediction. Well, yesterday finished the group stage where now we have the 16 teams that qualified to the round of 16, and tomorrow we'll start the knockout round, with the round of 16. So for that reason, I'm recording this video where I'm going to talk about the teams that qualified to the knockout round, to the round of 16, and I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give my prediction about each series, the winner of each round, and the games of the next round, and the teams that are going to play the final, and the teams that will win this tournament. So let's start. Well, remember that yesterday finished the group stage, and the teams that qualified to the knockout round were the next. In the group E, qualified Palmeiras and Inter Miami. In the group B, qualified the PSG, the reigning champion team in the UEFA Champions League, and the Botafogo, the reigning champion team in the Copa Libertadores. And in the group C, qualified Benfica, Bayern Munich. In the group D, qualified Flamengo and Chelsea. And in the group E, qualified the Inter Milan and Rayados de Monterrey. In the group F, qualified the Borussia Dortmund and Fluminense. In the group G, qualified Manchester City and Juventus. And in the group H, qualified the Real Madrid and the Hilal. So the series in the round of 16 will be the next: the Inter Milan against Fluminense, Manchester City against Al Hilal, Palmeiras against Botafogo, Benfica against Chelsea, PSG against Inter Miami, Flamengo against Bayern Munich, Real Madrid against Juventus, and Borussia Dortmund against the Rayados. So let's make my prediction. Well, in the first round, in the first series, the game that will start tomorrow, the first game will be between two Brazilian teams. Will be the Palmeiras against Botafogo. About these two teams, I've seen a little better Botafogo than Palmeiras, because remember that Botafogo defeated the PSG. They lost against Atletico Madrid, but they were qualified, and the Palmeiras suffered more than I expected. So I expect a close game. Maybe this game is going to be defined in the penalty shootout, in overtime on the penalty shootout, because they are two Brazilian teams. So I think that in the end, Botafogo is going to win this game by 1 goal difference or in overtime. Botafogo is going to qualify to the quarterfinals. In the second game of the round of 16 will be Benfica against Chelsea. Remember that Benfica did surprise, won the group C, where they defeated the Bayern Munich, and they won this group, the group C. And Chelsea suffered more than I expected. They qualified to the round of 16, but they qualified as a second place because they lost against Flamengo. So I think that it will be a close game, because it's a European teams game. But I see a little better Chelsea, because Chelsea have a better players. So I think that this will be a close game, but in the end, I think that the Chelsea is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and Chelsea is going to qualify to the quarterfinals. In another series, Inter Milan will play against Fluminense. Remember that Inter Milan won his group, the group E, and Fluminense finishes in the second place in the group E. I think that the Inter Milan is better team, but I think that this will be a close game, because the Brazilian teams have shown that they can compete against the European teams. So I think this will be a close game, but in the end, I think that the Inter Milan will show that they have a better team and better players. I think that Inter Milan are going to win this game by 1 goal difference, or this game is going to be finished in overtime or in penalty shootouts. In another game, the Manchester City will play against Al Hilal, where remember that Manchester City won the Group G, and Al Hilal finishes in the second place in the Group H. Remember that yesterday the Manchester City had a problem, defeated and humiliated the Juventus by 3 goal difference, 5-2. So the Manchester City is founding and remember that how to play very great. So I think that the Al Hilal won't be a problem to the Manchester City. I know that this is only a game and everything can happen. So I think that the Manchester City is going to win this game by more than 2 goal difference, and they are going to qualify to the quarterfinals. And In another game, the PSG, the reigning champion team in the UEFA Champions League, will play against the Inter Miami, the Messi's teams. Where, well, remember the PSG battled more than they expected, but in the end they won the Group B. And Inter Miami did a surprise because nobody expected that they were going to qualify to the knockout round. They had in a very difficult group because they play against the Porto, Palmeiras, Al Nasir, I don't remember the name of that team, but the Inter Miami could qualify to the knockout round. Remember that in the last game against Palmeiras, they were leading the game 2-0, and they were 15 minutes to win the group and to qualify as a first place. So this will be a tough game. I know that the Inter Miami have done more than I expected, but in the end, the PSG, in my opinion, is the favorite to win this tournament because they are the reigning champion team. They are of the UEFA Champions League, and they show that they are the best team in this moment. In this moment, so I think that the PSG is going to win this game by more, the 2 or 3 goal difference, and they will qualify to the quarterfinals. In another great game, the Flamengo will play against the Bayern Munich. Remember that Flamengo did a surprise and won the Group D, and Bayern Munich qualified but finishes as a second place. Remember that here was the Vicent Company error, the Bayern Munich head coach, because in the last play against Benfica, he decided to make some changes in the starting lineup, and this affected the team, and the Benfica took advantage of that, and for that reason Benfica won that game. So now this will be a complicated game for the Bayern Munich because the Brazilian teams have shown that they can compete and defeat the European teams. But in the end, Bayern Munich have better team and players than the Flamengo. In my opinion, the Bayern Munich is in the elite of the European football, alongside the Real Madrid, PSG, and Manchester City. So I think that the Bayern Munich is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and they will want to qualify to the quarterfinals. In another series, the Borussia Dortmund will play against Rayados de Monterrey. Remember that the Borussia Dortmund won his group, the Group E, and the Rayados de Monterrey. They did a surprise because I didn't expect that they were going to qualify as a second place in the Group E. Remember that they won and they could qualify, even they tied against Inter Miami and River Plate. So Rayados don't have anything to lose because the Borussia Dortmund is a very great team. They play in the European team, in the European football, and it's going to be a complicated game. But I think that if Rayados try to play a very good game, they can force the overtime, and maybe they can force the penalty shootouts, and maybe the Rayados can have an opportunity to win this game. So I think the Rayados could give the surprise. Very difficult, but they could give the surprise. So I think the Borussia Dortmund is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and the Borussia Dortmund is going to qualify to the quarterfinals. And in the last game of the round of 16, and one of the best games in this round, Real Madrid, the best team in the history, will play against Juventus. Real Madrid didn't have any problem and won his Group G easily, and the Juventus qualified but finishes as a second place in the Group G. And remember that yesterday in the last game of the group stage, the Juventus were humiliated by the Manchester City, where they lost 2-5. So I think that this will be a very great game, but Juventus don't have the necessary to defeat and eliminate the Real Madrid. Of course, everything is one game, everything can happen, but Real Madrid have been improving a lot every game. So now the Real Madrid is better than in the beginning of the tournament. So I think the Real Madrid is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and they will qualify to the quarterfinals. So in my opinion, the quarterfinal will be the next: Botafogo against Chelsea, Inter Miami against Manchester City, PSG against Bayern Munich, and Borussia Dortmund against Real Madrid. You can see that in my opinion, all the teams that are going to qualify will be the European teams, except that Botafogo. But in the knockout round, it's going to show that the European teams are the best team in the world. So in the first series, Botafogo against Chelsea, I think that this will be a close game. I think that the Botafogo is going to play a very smart game. But how I told you, the European teams have better team and better players. So I think that the Chelsea is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and they will qualify to the semifinals. Even I think that the Botafogo could force the overtime and maybe the penalty shootout but I see better the Chelsea. In another tremendous game, the Inter Milan will play against the Manchester City. Remember that the Inter Milan is a runner-up in the UEFA Champions League, and these two teams played 2 years ago the UEFA Champions League, where the Manchester City won it 2 years ago. About this game, I see a little better the Pep Guardiola's team, the Manchester City, where like the Real Madrid, the Manchester City have been improving every game, and the Manchester City is playing better than in the beginning of the tournament. So I think that this will be a tremendous game, but in the end, I see a little better the Manchester City. So I think that the Manchester City is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and the Manchester City is going to qualify to the semifinals. And in the other game, in a tremendous game, the PSG will play against the Bayern Munich. These two teams are 2 of the 4 favorite teams, in my opinion, to win this tournament. So I think that this will be a tremendous game. It will be a tremendous game, one of the best games, if not the best game in this round. Where I think that the PSG is the best team in this moment, in my opinion, because they are the UEFA Champions League champion team. So I think that the Bayern Munich is one of the best team in this moment, but I don't think that the Vincent company, the Bayern Munich head coach, have the enough skills or knowledge to try to defeat a elite team. So I think that this will be a close game, but in the end, I think that the PSG is better team in this moment. They're going to win this game by 2 goal difference, and they will want to qualify to the semifinals. In the last series of the quarterfinals, the Borussia Dortmund will play against Real Madrid. Borussia Dortmund is a very great team, I'm not going to lie, but the Borussia Dortmund is not in the elite level. So I think that the Real Madrid is one of the favorites, como I told you, one of the 4 teams to win this tournament. So I think the Real Madrid is going to win this game by 2 goal difference, and they will, or 2 or 3 goal difference, and they will qualify to the semifinals. So in my opinion, the semifinal will be the next, the Chelsea against the Manchester City and the PSG against Real Madrid. You can see that the 3 of the 4 favorite teams, in my opinion, that are going to win this tournament will qualify, in my opinion, to the semifinals. In the first series will be a Premier League game between the Chelsea against the Manchester City. How I told you, I think that the Manchester City is better team than the Chelsea. I think that both teams have a tremendous talent, tremendous player, but in the end, I think that Pep Guardiola is going to be the difference here, because remember that the Chelsea head coach he worked with Pep Guardiola as an assist in the Manchester City. So I think it will be a very close game. I think that Manchester City is going to win this game by 1 goal difference, or the most probably that this game, because each team know each other, especially the head coaches. I think that this game is going to be defined in the overtime and the penalty shootout, but I think that the Manchester City is going to qualify to the finals. And the other semi-final, I think that the best semi-final, the PSG, the reigning champion team in the UEFA Champions League, will play against Real Madrid, the best team in the world, in the history. So this will be a tremendous game, and I think that this will be a tremendous test for the Real Madrid, if in this moment they have in the level to defeat the elite teams like the PSG. In my opinion, the PSG is the team to beat, because they are a reigning champion team and they are the best team in Europe this last season. So I think that this will be a tremendous game. Or in this moment, I see that the PSG is in the best level in comparison to the other teams. So I think this will be a close game, but in the end, I think the PSG is going to win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and PSG is going to qualify to the finals. And something that I have learned is that you can bet against the Real Madrid in any competition, in any knockout competition. But in this moment, I see a little better PSG than Real Madrid. So in my opinion, the final will be Manchester City against the PSG, 2 teams that are one of the richest teams in the world. Where the final, in my opinion, will be Manchester City against PSG. Remember that the 2 head coaches, the Pep Guardiola and Luis Enrique, were Barcelona head coaches. So this will be a tremendous game. I think it will be a very great performance in the final, where I think that this game is going to be defined the most probably by 1 goal difference, and I think that this game is going to be defined in the overtime on the penalty shootout, because I see the 2 teams in a very similar football level, the best level possible in the football in this moment. but I see a little better the PSG for the way how close the season. So I think that PSG is going to win this game by 1 goal difference or in the overtime or penalty shootout, and I think that the PSG is going to win the FIFA Club World Cup 2025, the first time ever, and so I think that the PSG is going to win the champion. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments, suggestions, you can write me in the social media platform. So see you next video. Cheers.